turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. While the oppressor says that turning to politics is the only way. We face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure. One day the table will turn to all men out there. Beware, for all barriers will burn. On and on we go, our heads we try to uphold. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. While the oppressor said that turning to politics is the only way. We face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. While the oppressor said that turning to politics is the only way. We face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure, we face real ghetto pain.
Anytime you bounce up a racist and you hear them running them out, it have a whole set of people don't care what they talking about. A racist is someone living happy and all their family doing well. So race talk is really not for people in the ghetto catching hell. Now tell them racists, sufferers don't care about color, sufferers don't care about race, sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country, sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to hear where the next food coming from. the General Hospital, and I know that you would be shocked to see so much different race of people line up waiting on the dock, or pay a visit to the AIDS ward, where they find no cure as yet. People don't know the race, yes they can't remember the color. All they know is that they're facing death. Now tell them racist sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where, or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from tongue. Sufferers only want to hear where the next food coming from. A racist is someone who have something that they want to protect. So they would always keep on talking the race talk till the day of the death. But poor people,
so me vote and still back to square one. Look at people still suffering in bitter man John. We lose faith in the leader, and I'm not calling no names. We fed up of the lies and the dirty games. So it's right now we have a vote, no confidence. Cause right now in the country they're doing real nonsense. Now the majority of youth decide to go and pick up gun, like you're playing blind and you're deaf and dumb. Like you forget your people once you in power, and you're moving evil. You had the whole place sour, and now that we discover it's 2% that they offer. This is one little thing that I want all you to remember. We fed up all your life. You could do much better. Kaiso, food prices going up too high. Isaac man, we can buy rice or flour. Don't the chicken gone up, peas gone up, sausage gone up, cheese gone up. It's everything gone up. Isaac man, Kaiso. To talk about the crime situation now is a problem. Too much of rape, murders and robbery, how they can't solve them. I see you talk and you talk out we brain with a set of lies while the country going down the drain. Them don't care about nobody. Wants to fix the finance, big shot friends and family. So the whole of the country wants you now to stop lying. Cause the next election is a new party we voting. Like you forget your people once you in power, and you're moving evil. You had the whole place sour, and now that we discover it's 2% that they offer. This is one little thing that I want all you to remember. We fed up all your life. You could do much better. Gas prices going up too high. The cost of living is getting harder. Guys, let me put in dog. Look how high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Inboot, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue. I don't want to leave you on top the horse. I need you to come down here for me now. You're claiming PNM them is boss, but look how high the crime rate is now. PNM feel the bright, they can't win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me to with advice. Champa coach you them they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and walk voodoo for the people and them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery the food price high. Give we 2% and feed me with lie. That man can mama guy. He feel it too bright. Yeah, we need election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me to bed advice. Calling in with them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. Hines, where you come down. You're going on the beat up to mama guy, poor people. Good, you get wet down. Champa always in a zest. Least for development in a mess. Come and get the government credit card arrest. Remember when you buy all the wig and dress? Comments are millions if you check. Tell the people them how you get it. PNM government them unfit. Every minute them would raise the budget. PNM government them unfit. Suffer poor people in pandemic. PNM government them unfit. Give we 2% then they laugh at it. PNM government them unfit. Them unfit. PNM feel they bright. They can't win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me stupid advice. Champa coach you them they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley, come down, come down. UNC in tongue, in tongue. Forest, come down, come down. UNC in tongue, in tongue. Rohan, come down, come down. UNC in tongue, in tongue. Imbut, come down, come down. UNC in tongue, in tongue. PNM feel they bright. They can't win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me stupid advice. Champa coach you them they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and walk voodoo for the people and them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery the food price high. Give we 2% and feed me with lie. That man can mama. PNM feel the bright. They can't win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me stupid advice. Champa coach you them they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley, you dog. Look how high the crime rate is in the country.
Show them right. prices too high.
Stand your ground.
And every 2 months pass.
Stand your ground.
Don't raising the gas.
Stand your ground.
All across the nation.
Stand your ground.
It's only home invasion.
Stand your ground.
Now the light been raised.
Stand your ground.
And only guns in the place.
Stand your ground.
So we don't back down.
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 Stand your ground.
Oh yeah, on the road to victory, yeah, on the road to victory, you gotta stand your ground, don't back down.
So we don't back down.
Stand your ground.
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 Trinidad Rio.
Merry New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is straight, die-hard, genuine, authentic Kaiso. And this is how the story goes. I went to public utilities and tell them disconnect them facilities, cause me want them. I tried to contact the ombudsman, but never in office. I'm going to file me an injunction on the public service. Cause every time a heavy rain fall, by me don't have no current at all. They spoil me TV, they spoil me fridge, they nearly kill me with low voltage. Now before they make me a lunatic, I'm going back to basic. I'm going and get a flambeau and lamp with wick. I'm going back to basic. I call me fans and I call me friends to let them know that if they have a message to send, tell Tempo. And if they come home and then you see me, tell me neighbor, or get a pen and a writing pad and write a letter. Cause PSTT does make me weep. Gone are the days when old talk was cheap. I make a phone call to Talparo and I get a phone bill to Mexico. Oh my lad, before they kill me and kill me quick, I'm going back to basic. A piece of malling and two climpan wouldn't do the trick. I'm going back to basic. I went and buy me a motor car for my own comfort, because I can't take no more torture waiting on transport. But all them potholes and all them bump, me car ain't able until they invent a car to jump. I go travel. I beg the Lord to please put a hand, touch the hearts of the spare parts man. I used to have a raise in the bank, now every cent gone in me gas tank. Now I prefer roller with piece of sticker. I'm going back to basic, or buy a 3-speed bike, go in tick. I'm going back to basic.
a soul is like a ship that has lost its rudder. No nation at all. Born in a land of such great expectation, over the years I watched its deterioration. Just couldn't stand by idly and say it's a shame. Someone or something in this land has to be blamed. Politics for one and politicians for the other. Make sure the good of this land don't stay together. How could some place so good turn out so bad? Where is the love in this land that we once had? Somebody thief in the soul of my nation. Somebody gone with the love that we had. Somebody thief in the soul of my nation. Somebody driving this country mad. And we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. I'm telling you we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Drug addiction and prostitution, teenage pregnancy have taken over my land. Much too much political corruption. Talk about race only cause more confusion. Who would ever try to put all these wrongs right? Too much frustration without no end in sight. Leader after leader put the nation under pressure, and ordinary people just have to run for cover, Lord. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody gone with the love.
Testing one, testing one, testing 1, 2, 3. All right, pleasant good day to all. The meeting will be starting in the next 15 minutes. We had a little unforeseen circumstance, but we will be starting in 15 minutes time. Thank you.
Stop this conspiracy. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Work ethics keep on going down the drain. Young people today say they ain't working again. They tell you blatantly they ain't working no more. They tired work and can't see what they working for. Price in the groceries gone sky high. The goods on the shelf and poor people cannot buy. We morals and we money gone, we don't know where it went. This can never be happening by accident. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody gone with the good out of my land. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. We need to make some much more supplication. And we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. I'm telling you we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Everything wrong in this land today looks alright. Defended by those who we know should know better. Raping women in the land is a disaster, yet the punishment recommended drive them to anger. What in the world are we really coming to? Where do we go from here? What are we going to do? The laws in the place is nothing but a waste. Cannot be implemented, what a judicial disgrace. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody gone with the morals of this land. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody causing much too much frustration. And we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. I'm telling you we, yes you and me, we have to stop this conspiracy. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation.
Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody thief in the soul of a nation. Somebody thief in the soul
a soul is like a ship that has lost its rudder. Foundation and all. Born in a land of such great expectation over the
voices from the ghetto, crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying, crying, voices from the ghetto, crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying, voices from the ghetto. Just hold it head on ball, and them woman stronger than a wall. A big pusher eyeing she daughter, son in jail for manslaughter. Too bad for you, hear them bad boys, no bail. That's the black man's choice. Like Shadow say, poverty coughing. One night in bed you're sleeping, next night is a wake that you're keeping. So you're praying to win the lotto, not to hear voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 crying. Voices from the ghetto. Crying, Lord, crying, hear them pleading. Crying, voices from the ghetto. A hand to us, Lord. We are not a forgotten people. Hear our prayer. With dented pride they soldier on. Revolutions bait politicians born. And often their tragic story brings a journalist glory. No wonder they view the world with scorn. From since the day they born, some call them rebels without a cause. These social victims of unjust laws, but yet they christen the heroes, renegades, desperados, forever knocking on heaven's doors. Hear me? Steel band music shatters the silence, harmony to conquer the violence. Big men run when cops approach, fighting for scraps with the cockroach. Young Turks, they're tough protecting almost every young girl expecting. So tomorrow beds still a borrow, there'll be another voice from the ghetto. Crying, Lord, crying, oh, crying, yeah. Voices from the ghetto. Crying, Pity-co, mama. Crying, Pity-co, papa. Crying, voices from the ghetto. Social amenities, Lord, heaven knows. Opportunities, well, them always close. Can't get work once it white collar. So if you can't stretch your dollar, it's later for you crack or smoke your pipe. You're short of dead from gripe. Life does rape dignity and pride, till there's only bitterness left inside. And every day is a hustle, arguments are settled with muscle, till you're 6 feet deep by 3 feet wide. Children through life keep on drifting, it's something they're smoking or sniffing. Or maybe they're trying to forget this life of misery and regret. No one to come to their rescue except Capleton and Boujou. So they boom boxes the Lego, the drum out voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 Lord, Lord, voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 voices from the ghetto. I was born and bred in the ghetto. I know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm from the ghetto. Voices from the ghetto.
House of the rising sun.
Yeah. On the road to victory, yeah.
Come on.
On the road to victory, you gotta stand your ground.
UNC.
Don't back down.
On the road to victory, standing strong and we ain't backing down. Cause we fed up of the school-less dictate and we're running the island.
Oh yeah.
This man come to mash up the country. Now the people have to push back.
Push back.
So it's time for us to stand firm and show them we ain't taking that.
So stand
stand your ground.
Man, if you're fed up on the crime,
Stand your ground.
the food price is too high.
Stand your ground.
And every 2 months pass,
Stand your ground.
the only raising the gas.
Stand your ground.
All across the nation,
Stand your ground.
it's only home invasion.
Stand your ground.
Now the light been raised,
Stand your ground.
and on the guns in the place.
Stand your ground.
So we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down.
Stand your
This
ground.
current administration, they don't care about the people.
No way.
Everything they do in this country here is to fulfill the ego.
These people raise the gas and they laughing, saying how we ain't riot yet.
It's time for we to stand firm and show them right now we upset.
So stand your ground.
Man, if you're fed up on the crime,
Stand your ground.
the food price is too high,
Stand your ground.
and every 2 months pass,
Stand your ground.
the only raising the gas.
Stand your ground.
All across the nation,
Stand your ground.
it's only home invasion.
Stand your ground.
Now the light been raised,
Stand your ground.
and on the guns in the place.
Stand your ground.
So we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
so we don't back down.
Stand your ground.
Oh yeah, on the road to victory, yeah, on the road to victory, you gotta stand your ground, don't back down.
So we don't back down,
Stand your ground.
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 so we don't back down.
Stand your ground.
Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. I need equal rights and justice. I need equal rights and justice. Got to get it. Equal rights and justice. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Followers of Jesus, everybody wants to go up to heaven, but none of them want to die. I don't want no peace. I might need equal rights and justice. I got to get it. Equal rights and justice. I really need it. Equal rights and justice. Just give me my share. Equal rights and justice. What is due to Caesar? You better give it on to Caesar. Hey, hey, hey. And what belongs to I and I? You better give it up to I.
bottom. Nobody knows, but everybody fighting to reach the top. How far is it from the bottom? I don't want no. I want equal rights and justice. I need equal rights and justice. I've got to get equal rights and justice. I really need it. Equal rights and justice. Everyone is talking about crime. Tell me who are the criminals? I said everybody's talking about crime. Tell me who are the criminals? I really don't see them. I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. We got to get equal rights and justice. And there'll be no crime. Equal rights and justice. There'll be no criminals. Equal rights and justice. Everyone is fighting for equal rights and justice. Palestinians fighting for equal rights.
La, 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 oh, oh. La, 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 la. A word from the wise, don't try to make life on your own. Remember that Jah just by your side. For I was a soul who was lost, and my life was in dismay. For among evil forces in which I played, guns and ammunition were my chosen way of life. With God-fearing people I chose to strive. For all of the lives that are taken, they can never be replaced. But still Jah chose to remember my face. Though I never lived like He wanted, I'm still mindful of what He taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. 'Cause Father, you rescued me. I've got the scars to show. I daily made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, He was the only spark. He was the light at the end of the road. When I was a young boy, growing up in Augustown, we ate from the same pot. We were irons all around. From Gola to Colorado Corner, from Rockers to Jungle 12 Tire, Bryce Hill to Dread Heights and River, all around. And then the football ground became a battlefield, and my life seemed so surreal. People were falling all around, but Jah helped me to stand my ground. Only Jah could have helped me to stand my ground. Though I never lived like He wanted, I was mindful of what He taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knee. 'Cause Father, you rescued me, and I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, He was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. Oh, never lived to please Him, I never lived like I should. Oh, Father, you rescued me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've lived and I've learned. I've made mistakes along the way. Now I beg for forgiveness each day as I try to pray. So take it from me, son, you can change the world today. And I'm living proof that crime doesn't pay. For I never lived like he wanted. I was mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. Cause Father, he rescued me. And I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. I never lived like he wanted. I was mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. Cause Father, you rescued me. And I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. Though I never lived like he wanted, I was mindful of what he taught me. I'm on my bending knees, I ask the Father, please. Father, you rescued me, and I got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. As my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. I never lived the way he wanted me to. I never lived, Lord, I tell you, no, I'm passing my religion.
House of the rising sun.
Yeah. On the road to victory, yeah.
Come on!
On the road to victory, you gotta stand your ground.
UNC.
Don't back down.
On the road to victory, standing strong, and we ain't backing down. Cause we fed up of the school, let's dictate how we're running the island.
Oh, yeah.
This man come to mash up the country. Now the people have to push back. So it's time for us to stand firm and show them we ain't taking that.
So stand your ground. And if you're fed up of the crime, stand your ground. The food price is too high, stand your ground. And every 2 months pass, stand your ground. Don't only raising the gas, stand your ground.
All across the nation,
stand your ground.
It's only home invasion,
stand your ground. How the light bill raised, stand your ground. And on the guns in the place, stand your ground. So we don't back down, 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 stand your ground. This current administration, they don't care about the people.
No way.
Everything they do in this country here is to fulfill the ego.
These people raise the gas and they laughing, saying how we ain't riot yet.
It's time for me to stand firm and show them right now we upset. So stand your ground. And if you're fed up,
Pleasant good night to each and all, each and everyone. Let me first welcome you, the villagers of Salazar Trace and surrounding, to this public meeting that is about to begin within your community. We thank you for your patience, and we thank you for you allowing us to intrude in your homes and even interrupt your Sunday afternoon activity. So as we begin, I will ask the producer And I will ask you all to stand as we prepare ourselves for the national anthem, which will be followed by a prayer.
So we don't back down. Stand your ground. So we don't back down. Stand your ground. So we don't back down. Stand your ground. So we don't back.
Almighty God, creator of the universe and embodiment of divine wisdom and light, we come before you with thanksgiving and praise. May your will be done in our nation as it is in the heavens. Please bless our political leader, party officials, activists, and all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Give us the grace to always see good, be good, and do good, and the courage to serve the people. Protect us as we stand against injustice and iniquity, and inspire our endeavors to find the right solutions to the problems that are affecting our fellow citizens. Grant that we may always work together with humility and respect for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of our country. Amen.
Thank you. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our main thesis this afternoon is to allow the individual who is seeking your support in the upcoming local government elections, which will be held on the 14th of August. And this young lady, ladies and gentlemen, a little later on will assist you to understand what is some of her projections for the rest of 2023 and for her term in office as your counselor for the District of Erin. So before she comes, ladies and gentlemen, we have other speakers who will bring to your attention some of the current affairs within the Superior Now Borough Corporation. They will help you to understand the logistics in terms of equity within the Superior Regional Corporation. I know for a fact that one of the excuse with your sitting outgoing councillor is that the UNC controls the corporation and they're starving us and we cannot get anything done. Tonight you will hear from some outgoing councillors who will help you to understand the facts as to what take place on a daily basis within that now Superior Borough Corporation. I have at the head table at this time a former councillor, none other than Fitzroy Beach. We also have an outgoing councillor, which is Derek Bowen, and we also have one of your very own neighboring councillor who neighbor between Erin, the boundaries between Erin and Sejas, none other than Shankar Tiloksing. And tonight you will hear from these individuals as they help you to understand more closely what transpire within the Superior Regional or now Borough Corporation for the past 4 years. So I will first invite none other than the former Councillor Fitzroy Beach to share a few words with you as we get into tonight's proceeding. So let us welcome him with a hearty round of applause. Thank you.
Good night to the beautiful people of Mora. Now, my thing here is not much. What I am about to say here tonight is for the people of Mora to understand, to wake up. My name is Fitzroy Beach, former councillor for CJUS, former vice chairman in the Siparia Regional Corporation. Now, it has some simple things we have to do here in Mora. One of the most simplest thing, we have to remember these PNM people. We have to remember them. The thing we have to remember them about, who closed Petrotrin. In case all didn't know, when the fridge door was closing, all I wasn't listening, is them what closed it. And they have to pay for that dearly. Now is the time we get a chance for it to pay for it. And they're paying for it by one way, the fingers. On August 14, which is next week, Monday, we're saying we prayers. We're getting up early and we're going and deal with that. We ain't even talking about the road. I'm not talking about the road because we don't know the situation about the road. But you see Petrotrin where they close down and have people of Mora and environs suffering. No, they had to deal with this. You understand? So this is what I want all of to do. Next week, Monday, we're getting up early. We're saying we prayers, we're taking with tea, and we're coming out and deal with Petrotrin. The way how they deal with we dealing with them for this Petrotrin thing they do. So I want to endorse Chanel Roberts for the people of Mora and environs for the next upcoming councillor. I thank you.
Thank you very much, former Councillor Fitzroy Beach. And what the former councillor wants you to keep in the back of your head is that we have had so many promises over the past 8 years. And for some reason, it seems as though those promises can never be materialized. But under a councillor, a young individual like Chanel Roberts, I am saying to you, the people of Mora, that this young lady say what she mean and mean what she say. So it is up to you to put her to the test. And I'm certain that on the 15th, after you have installed her into office, there will be no regrets for the people of Mora. At this point in time, I would like to call the outgoing councillor for Mondesi, that's none other than Derek Bowen, who will come to the mic and will also share a few words with you.
Thank you very much, Chairman, Mr. Roberts. Pleasant good night to my colleague in council, Mr. Shankar Tilok Singh, and soon to be new colleague, Ms. Chanel Roberts. So tonight I was asked to be here to enlighten you all on some issues that apparently have been a lot of misinformation have been taking place. So let me go back a bit. My name is Derek Bowen, as the chairman mentioned. I am the council for Bambasi for the last 9.5 years. I have also been the chairman of the Finance, Plan and Allocation of Resources Committee for the last 3 years. So what I'm going to tell you is fact. And you can test this anytime, anywhere. During the course of the campaign recently, I've been hearing that kindness down in this part of the region have been telling the people that the UNC is not giving them resources to do what they are supposed to do for their burgesses. There is nothing further from the truth than that. Let me explain something to you all here tonight. Superior then Regional Corporation is one of the only corporation in this country that shares the resources equally among all 9 electoral districts. That is a fact. If Aaron gets $2, Mondesi get $2 also. I get no more or no less than any of them. So for them to come to you, the people of this constituency, and tell already UNC is supposed to fix all the road is a bunch of BS. And I doubt very much that you all are so stupid to fall for that. This government has continuously lied to this population over and over again, and it is on record. And I was really upset when I heard that, because that is my portfolio. I have been managing that portfolio for the last 3.5 years. So for you to come and tell the people that the UNC is supposed to fix the road, I can't imagine about UNC council along here yet. So how could the UNC be responsible for fixing the road if you are the PNM council for this area? But here's what happened there. Sometimes you tell a lie, you still have to believe it yourself, eh? So that's what's going on down here. But I also heard the other council, former council for Brighton Destiny, on a platform I understand, telling people 600,000 is not enough to fix the road. And he correct enough. So if he gets 600,000, why Arena getting 600,000 too? But he correct, is not enough. But let me come back again to this. We get money from central government. We don't have no parlor that has raised funds. So then is the government not giving enough money? So we come back again to the circle again, you know. Is the government not giving us enough money? The chairman mentioned inequity. I'm going to tell us something here tonight. And I'm almost certain, I always preach it because I don't think people know that. Superior now Borough Corporation, in terms of land space, is 495 kilometers square. I want to listen to me carefully because it is really important. People just take this for granted. Port of Spain is 12 kilometers in size. So my district began Port of Spain. Point Fortin, the borough of Point Fortin is 23.88 kilometers square. Google it and you will see. But here's where you have to check now. Port of Spain's allocation is about $200 million. Point Fortin is $78 million around there. We are 79 million. So they get about $1 million less than we do. So let's do the maths there. Do the maths and tell me what is really, Port of Spain is so small that they don't have to get contracted garbage trucks, they can do their own garbage trucks. Well, there's about 5 trucks to the whole of Port of Spain. So it is inequal. Listen, we have a population of 80,000 people in this borough. Port of Spain just maybe about 20,000. Point I think is about maybe 18,000 thereabouts. Can't remember off the top of my head. But these are facts, But yet still they expect that Superior could do the same thing with that money as Port of Spain could do. And Port of Spain 3 times the money we get. And there's no way in God's earth Port of Spain nor Point Fortin could have more roads, drains, bridges than us. Yes, correct. No way in God's earth. The speaker before me hammered in the point of petrol train and now heritage or whatever. But apart from the fact that the quote unquote restructuring of petrol train affected the unemployment aspect of this community and others, it did something more. Because Petrotrin's social contribution to the community was humongous. And we have lost that. Our goodly Prime Minister was in Palo Seco the other day. And I say our Prime Minister because I'm a Trinidadian. To turn the salt to revitalize, what they call it, the village home. So why didn't they, before the closure of Petrotrin, hand the facility over to an entity that could maintain it, namely the corporation? Why did they have to wait till how many years? 2018, so that's 5 years. Now they're going to revitalize. So they wait till it turn to forest, and we're going to fix it now. That's nonsensical and a waste of taxpayers' money. What is it that this community is going to lose if they vote for Chanel Roberts? Nothing. What have you gained over the last 4 years, 6 years, 8 years? What have you gained? So at the end of the day, people of this Mora community, because I like to ask question, what is your problem? Is it that you are so blinded that you only see in red and you're not considering the future of your children, your grandchildren? Because this local election is more than just about cleaning a drain, you know. It's way, way more than that. Because it's a pariah borough corporation, or any corporation as a matter of fact in this country, does way more than just clean drain and patch hole in the road. When we come back again now and say, listen, we're going to do a comparison. Because it's always good to compare. You look at both sides of the coin. So the PNM is saying, right choice reform. The UNC is saying, security is important. Safety is important. Your children's education is important. You compare the both of them. And I'll give you another fact. This reform that they're proposing about, and if they win, they can't pronounce the reform. And next set up yes or no. Because the reform has already passed through both houses of parliament. So there's absolutely nothing that could stop the People's National Movement from proclaiming it. Nothing at all. But they will come out here in this local government forum and say the UNC want reform and the UNC against reform. Hogwash. We never said that. At no point in time did the United National Congress stand against reform. What we stood against was the burden with which they plan to attach to that reform onto you, namely the property tax. That's what we stood against. We have no problem with the reform. Reform is needed. Reform is a good thing. But it doesn't mean you have to penalize you to bring reform. But when you have no ideas and you have no way of bringing in revenue into the country, it's tax the people. And I want to understand this, you're going to the grocery, you're paying tax. You buy gas for your car, you're paying tax. Every single thing you do, you're paying tax. And they're still going to tax you again. So how much more they could take? Well, is that taxi? It is ridiculous. Isn't the safety of your children important? Isn't it good? Listen, we live in cages, you know. We live in cages. And now they have found a new battle. Kamala say empty the clip, and that's a big problem for them. But let me ask all of you here in this community, hearing my voice tonight. When the bandit come by your house, what you going to tell him? You want tea or coffee? What you going to tell him? Because when they come in out, they're asking for a party card, you know. They're asking for that. You understand? So what you going to do? So in your house, hey, we better come to your bit, don't make joke, boy. Look at that money there, look everything they take away. You want the wife too? That's what you going to do? Brother, here I tell you tonight. If I have a clip and they come by me, emptying it on them. Because it is my duty as a man to defend my family. So all of a sudden now this is a problem for them. Defend yourself is a problem. Like all Kamala say, no. I don't know the complicated and all kind of hogwash. All she's saying, if they come by you, defend yourself. Like all she's saying. But now it's a big phone and Kamala say M3 clip. M3 damn clip we. Why you must be afraid to do that? And reload. Yesterday morning we got up to the news how a young lady got killed as she drove out her home. Let me be real now. If she had the clip, she'd emptied in the backside. But we have reached to that stage. Listen to that, people of moral. Let me tell you something. You know what we get accustomed to in this country? When they patch a hole, we throw a fit. Oh God, we get a whole patch. We settle for foolishness. We get accustomed to nothing. When we get water today and we get it next month, oh God, but we had last week. That is our right. A government that you no favor by fixing the road, you know, or giving you water, you know. That is their job. That is what you, taxpayers, paying them to do for you. That your money spending there. You only take out the pocket, or in banana the pocket. That your money. Stop taking foolishness. You have to stop that. Stop the Indian and coolie and nigger stupidness. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. And anybody who listens to me will know it for a fact. You see on the 15th, the same neighbor you want to talk to today because they are UNC or PNM, you're going back, neighbor, make roti today? Normal. So what do we are asking you here in this community? Again, what have you to lose? We are asking you to give yourself an opportunity to have a good representative. We are asking you to give this young lady a chance to prove to you. And here they say, Victor my vex. Let me tell you this too. If she ain't work, we fire she backside after too. I'm serious. Because she come and asking you for this work, you know. This is the biggest job interview in the world, you know. She had 8,000 people at the division. When she don't do the job, then we treat she too. Because at the end of the day, it's about the people. I met Chanel, I think it was 2020, Chanel, we first met. When I met her father when he was about to contest the general election. And Chanel was a little shy little girl, and she goes up in the corner. But she has grown to be a young lady of tremendous strength. She has proven to me, and I'm a hard man to please, that she can do what it takes to give you the people proper representation. And I have absolutely no hesitation in recommending her to your service. Because I know for a fact that she will do a fantastic job. So I call you the people of Mora. Call your cousins from all over the place. Tell them go and vote. I want to call the UNC supporters inside this community. Come out your house and go and vote. Do not assume that we cannot win. Or don't assume somebody could vote for you. Come out your house. 10 minutes of your life. That's all we asking from you. Come out, go vote, come back home, no problem. And Chanel will give you 4 years of her life in service. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Jerusalem,
Thank you very much, Councillor Bowen. Councillor Bowen is a man that speak his mind and he speak it raw. Sometimes, you know, I just had to put a kind of leash on him to make sure that I ain't let him run too much. But at this time, as we continue, I want to bring another individual to you, another outgoing incoming councillor who would again represent the district of Cedros come the 14th. So without any further ado, I would like to call on Councillor Tiloxin to share a few words with you.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana.
Good night to Salazar Trace and surrounding residents. Good night to my UNC family in this district. Good night to the chairman, Victor Roberts. Good night to all the other speakers, especially the candidate. The candidate, Michelle Roberts. Tonight is her night. And we are here to join a new member of our team, Councillor Bowen, myself, Fitzroy Bish, and also Victor Roberts. This will be the team that representing you with others that we continue to support, and the newcomers that are coming in the Sipara Borough Corporation. This is the team, a winning team that we're going forward to. Yes, I pick it up from right after where my colleague left off, and he give you an overview of the finances at the Sipara Regional Corporation. But one thing he forgot to say is when we apply for these amount of budgetary allocation, we do not get it from Mr. Imbut. Mr. Imbut holds that money, and at the end of the fiscal, right, there we will always run into deficit because we always try to see how best we could try to at least make commitment on those votes for road repairs, drain repairs, vehicle repairs, and so on. But I want to get back to the point that the UNC is not in government at this point in time. We are waiting to go back into the parliament with the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who is streaming live and listening to us. Pleasant good night to our leader, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. We must make the point. We must make the point that the outgoing councillor has access to Rohan Sinanan for road repairs. Under URP, I can't remember who's the one for URP and CPEP. They have access to the various ministries to lend representation to get things happening in the community of Erin. What have they been doing? So you don't have to sit in the corporation. If you're saying you're strapped, but you could talk to Rohan, you could talk to the next one down in how they call him again, boy, the landman who grabbing land all over the place. You could talk to your MP to represent you in the parliament, but they afraid them. They even could talk to the Prime Minister Rowley to get things happening in Salazar, Trace and Erin. Why? It is not happening. Because of the fact the PNM don't like the Southland. They don't like them. They only know you around election time that they comes out and asks you to vote for them. Check out the roadway now. You find Calco and the other contractors, all who connected to the PNM. And let me retract that, the contractors and them, because you know me and Hamas so much cut close, although I have Victor as my lawyer. The other contractors, right, who paving, if you stand up too close, they pave a pothole, but they plaster it, but the pothole still there. Substandard work with your taxpayers' dollars. So, the outgoing councillor had access to the government to lend representation, but she did not do that. Today, and I want to reintroduce myself because probably plenty fellas, about half of Trinidad know me and the next half I know, right? Let me get that clear out of the way. You could go on your internet and say, who is Shankar Tiloxing? and you'll see who is Shankar Tilak Singh. Because of the fact that we keep the MP for Point Fortin on his toes in Cedros. Straight up to Point Fortin. Water situation, UNC Salazar should have not. Gonzal called me a mischief maker when me and Victor gone down in the carcass and tell them here what's going on. We're struggling and we want water down there. He said we call me a mischief maker. I'll continue to be a mischief maker, Mr. Gonzalez. Minister Gonzalez. We'll continue until water flow in pipe 24/7. Back in 2015, the Southland didn't have a problem water. You at least had a 12-hour supply. You didn't have to wait on a truck or rain to fall to get water. But they're talking one set of crap. Because they fail, they can't understand. Just imagine a minister go sit down, sit down in a conference and say, here we're going with the Prime Minister. He didn't know if you have a leak, up the hill we can get water. What nonsense. We built a desalination plant in Point Fortin. Point Fortin should have a 24/7 water supply. Non-stop. When we hear places like Salazar, Trace, Erin, and other areas having water problem, that wasn't so under the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. That was not so. In the southwestern thing, we struggle. We struggled to stop a smelter plant to prevent them, and we successfully did it. Fitzroy Beach was there, leading that charge. And that aquifer, the Erin aquifer, was supposed to be developed to supply the whole south region with a pipe-borne supply of water. They did not do that. They stopped. Up to right now, we're struggling to even maintain the two water plants that we have and the wells in terms of rehabilitation and so on, to have the throughput on those plants be at the peak. So Palaseco, Erin, Siparia, up to some parts of Pinal Debe will be getting water from those plants, and also the desalination plant from the Southwest Peninsula. But they fail, and they continue to fail. And we must remind them, because a lot of us afraid to tell the PNM they fail, afraid to tell Rowley fail. Total failures. Rowley come down from there. Stuart Young, Gonzalez, all they come down from there. We don't want all of there anymore. And we must tell them that. Don't afraid. This is Trinidad and Tobago, and each citizen have equal rights as our national anthem. We say every creed and race find an equal place. This is not PNM country. And we must remind them as we walk about, and I continue to touch base with all. I hear some of them PNM candidates saying, what? We go better you after the election. Don't better after the election, better it now. Right now, lady. Right now. We want it now. 8 years of suffering. 8 years of suffering in this country. I am a fiery from Petrotrin. And I say it again, I'm a fiery from Petrotrin. Trinma operations. That at least had Point Fortin. That's the last straw. Point Fortin employee. Your employee, you could get a job. You could go down on the shed and get a little casual work. A casual temporary work. Work with a contractor. You're sure you could get the work. They shut down Petrotrin for what reason? Families lost their livelihood. Some lost their lives. I know plenty of my comrades today is suffering. Some of them is no longer with us. May God rest their soul in peace. Shut down the medical plan. Shut down the housing allowance. Shut down. They didn't have enough money to pay off their housing loans and so on. This is what they suffer. Point Fortin. Today is a whole big party group in the Trinma base. And the offshore platforms continue to be a risk to go on. But you ain't hearing them say nothing. They're climbing all kind of broken chain ladder going up the road. Risking their lives with faulty infrastructure. Fishermen seeing problem. Every month is oil spill after oil spill. Instead of they all going in the tank, it's going offshore and killing the fish. Further suffering the fishermen in the southwest region. But we must remind ourselves, for the past 8 years, what is happening in the crime in the country? Murders, home invasion, your children's safety, job loss, high food prices, high fuel prices, flooding, high bills, and that coming. I want to ask you all here tonight, and who listening in a home, who cracked the window and listening and afraid to come out and identify yourself with a movement with a movement that will go into the parliament under the distinguished leadership under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Come out and join the yellow team. We are in code yellow. Come out and join us. Are you going to vote? Are you going to vote for the PNM who promise you to raise your electricity rate? And that come in because they don't already have the consultation. To raise your water rates. Are you going to vote for that? Are you going to vote for your home in terms of property tax and inheritance tax? Are you going to vote for that? That is what they offer you in the manifesto, you know. That is what they offer you on the manifesto. And don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. Because we have a leader who brought down the cost of living between 2010 and 2015. We have a track record of our government under the United National Congress with a leader who cares for you. So you're going to vote for a higher bill, the further to dip deep down in your pocket bust and you're touching your knee now when you're looking to see if you can get something. Are you prepared to lose your home? Because if you can't pay the property tax and you decide to go and give your house as a gift or hand over your, as you go older and so on, you hand over your foundation to your children and whosoever you prefer to at least hand it over to, that they now will have to go and get evaluation. And that evaluation also will tell the government. That's what the PNM is putting in place for you when you vote for them. That you have that person who in getting that deed of gift from you is going to have to pay 25% of the total cost. That is what they're going to tax. So you work hard, sweat, tears, bucket, go and pay VAT. You pay first again. You pay income tax. You go and pay VAT on the bricks and the gravel and so on. And now, when you are comfortable and you decide to hand it over to someone, you have to go and pay inheritance tax. You going to vote for that? Something wrong. They are offering you a healthcare system that continue to fail. And let me talk about the whole thing. When you go to the healthcare facilities, the primary healthcare facilities, you have problems. The clinic is down. They never have enough medication. CDAP is falling apart. Are you going to vote for that? Are you going to vote for that, ladies and gentlemen? That is what they are offering you on the manifesto, you know. Local government reform. This is what they have. This is their track record. How and how you could try to suffer the people and then come and tell them that they would do a better job, ladies and gentlemen. Something has to be wrong. Something has to be wrong. So tonight, the UNC, the United National Congress under the distinguished leadership of Kamla Prasad Bisesa, we are here in Salazar Trace. We are here to do a very important message for a very important day, which is August 14th. You have to make a decision about your family security, your community security. You have to make that decision, and you have to choose with an organization and people who care for you under distinguished leadership of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And you have the track record of a dictator who dictates to you and do things of his old free and fancy in affecting your daily lives. When you lose your job, how much thousands of people in Fortin has lost their job when they closed Petrotrin, when they shut down TBTL, when they shut down the refinery before. So understand that Fortin should be a industrial capital under the PNM, and what you have is an industrial waste right now with the closure of the train 1 in Atlantic LNG. They had not secured your taxpaying dollars, your natural resources in terms of going forward. And we must understand that, and they must not see the corridor of power again. And let's start by the Siparia Borough Corporation, and also you will have to tell your friends and family that we are going for the Fortin Borough Corporation too. Under our allies with the Honorable Gary Griffith and also the United National Congress, because we're bordering on that line in terms of New Village. We have a candidate there. Vote for Denison Pierre and United National Congress. We go in and turn the place yellow. The Siparia Regional Corporation, code yellow. Tonight we are here to endorse Chanel Roberts, the candidate for Erin, that she will be working with some experienced councillors, as myself, Derek Bowen, and other councillors who will be coming in under United National Congress. So you'll be absolutely sure, as I work from CJAS come up and represent you, I will be lending support to Chanel Roberts and also Victor Roberts. He will be there with us, continuing the struggle for a better life for you. We will continue to work together, hand in hand, as comrades in the trench, fighting for you, for your basic rights, and account to you for every tax dollar sent that is sent to the Borough Corporation, the Siparia Borough Corporation, to ensure that a better life is there for you. We will ensure that security under the municipal police be provided to the schools and curb the school violence and so on, and to ensure that your child is safe on the streets by our community patrols that will be there in the Siparia Borough Corporation, ladies and gentlemen. As Shankar Tilok saying, I am the councillor outgoing and incoming for the district of CJAS, the chairman of the constituency executive, and also the coordinator for Fortin. I will work with you. I will work with Ms. Roberts. I will work with Mr. Roberts, and all bringing everything together for one common cause under the umbrella of the United National Congress of a very strong and loving leader, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. On August 14th, go out to the polls and vote for the United National Congress candidates and our beloved political leader. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami alikolana.
In case you all are I'm not going to make a next speech again. I'm just here to introduce our next speaker. Is this thing on? Right. So I'm just introducing the next speaker, and it's really a privilege because I think I have never got the opportunity to introduce her before. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give to you a young lady who is full of energy, who is committed, and who I believe will make a fantastic representative for you, the people of Erin. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Miss Chanel Roberts.
Searching for our identity, while the rich man says we are a menace to society, but they don't know what it's like, what it's really like, what it's really like to face real ghetto pain, to face real ghetto pressure, to face real ghetto pain, face real ghetto pressure. On and on we go, or hate we try to uphold. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. While the oppressor says that turning to politics is the only way, we face real ghetto pressure. We face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure. One day the table will turn to all men out there. Beware for all barriers will burn. On and on we go. Or hits we try.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Honorable Political Leader, members of NATEX, members of the head table, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Chanel Roberts, and I am the UNC candidate and the next councillor for the electoral district of Erin. This evening, I want to let you, the people, know that you have elected persons to serve you and not for them to serve themselves. Every councillor is put there by you, the people, for you to have proper representation. By this, I mean job opportunities, community development, and proper infrastructures. But instead, we were left with a lot of promises that never materialize. How much more negligence are you willing to endure? For over 10 years, they have been eating our food, and you, the people, can't even get the crumbs. I am not here to make any promises or to sell any dreams, but I am here to give my commitment that under the stewardship of Chanel Roberts, that I am going to fix every access road in Salazar Trace. Everyone, unlike the last representative who just fixed a road for our family, there will be no partiality when it comes to fixing roads. I don't care if it's P&M living there. All roads will be fixed. I have already started on last Friday to drop material in your village. And I intend to refurbish the savannah with lights and fencing. And I want to let you know that that same savannah will be utilized for the Councillors Football League that I intend to bring. Village Olympics and both men and women cricket league is also another aspect of bringing back a togetherness where villages versus villages can have friendly competitions while earning cash prizes. I have walked through Salazar Trace, as some of you may know. And it is very disheartening to see the amount of youths that is unemployed in Salazar Trace while you have a sitting councillor who should be providing for the young people. Under Chanel Roberts, that will change. I intend to bring a relief to you, the people of Salazar Trace, by way of employment. Whatever employment is available in the corporation, I am saying that you, the people, will be the beneficiary of such. I am committed to also bring in the necessary registration forms to have you enroll as small contractors in the corporation, where you will be able to tender to fix your own box drains and other activities within your community, where you will be able to generate revenue right here in Salazar Trace. Culture and the arts is also another avenue that can generate income while enjoying something that you love. And it is sad to see that the panyard is still in the back of a bar. We just cannot continue with the same thing and expect different results. We must make the change together so we can have better results. We have to stand up as a unit and ensure good governance prevailed under any and every government. We want a future for the children in this country. And it is clear that we don't have that under this regime. My people, now is the time to done away with the political blindness. If a representative is not working for you, when the election comes, show them your dissatisfaction and vote them out. This evening, I am saying, Arlene Ramdeo, who has been your councillor for a whole 10 years and nothing has been done. Time to vote Arlene out. Tonight, I am saying to you, Arlene Ramdeo, there's a young, vibrant girl on the block. So August the 14th, song that trumpet again. On August the 14th, vote for proper representation. Vote for Chanel Roberts, the next councillor for the Erin district. As together, we work to build back our communities where no one is going to be left behind. As we, the people of Erin, stand united, we will not vote, we will vote. Thank you, good night, and God bless.
On and on we go, our hits we try to uphold. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. While the oppressors say that turning to politics is the only way. We face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure. We face real ghetto pain, we face real ghetto pressure.
So when I said a young lady with passion, you all didn't believe me, right? And every time I hear Chanel speaks, she gets stronger and stronger. And the reason for that is because you, the people, as she campaigns, give her that kind of strength. So don't be afraid to come out on the 14th and put this young lady to give you proper representation. Now, I learned one thing from Chanel. I had to fix this tonight. I had to get a team song. Next time, Victor, I had to get my own team song. Right? That look good. Anyway, our next speaker, of course, is no stranger to anyone in this community, maybe anyone in Trinidad and Tobago, because I am almost certain he'd have fed a few families inside here over the last couple of years. He was the candidate for the general election for the La Brea constituency, and although he did not win, he did not throw in the towel and leave you all. He stood with you all in this community, this constituency of La Brea, and he fought for you all. And he will continue to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Roberts.
Voices from the ghetto, crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying, crying. Voices from the ghetto, crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying. Voices from the ghetto. Help us, Father.
honorable political leader, members of the head table, you ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, good afternoon. Today, I want to talk to you about you. I want to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen of Salazar Trace. And I want to do so with a language that all of you would be able to understand where you stand, where you sit, where you are, and if you're going anywhere. As Chanel said earlier on, and let me just tell you, Chanel is of the breed of Victor Roberts. And Chanel, ladies and gentlemen, have no fear in emptying the whole clip. I want you to understand that you, the people of Salazar Trace, I want you to know that you are responsible for your own demise. You, the people of this community, you have allowed an individual, you have allowed a party that you, the people, believe is your party because you have the color of the skin of that party and you have the texture of the hair of that party. But if you are to examine from 1956 the level of representation that you have had, even while we had free oil boom in this country, while we were lending other countries money and utilizing the resources, the natural resources of this country, I want you to examine where you are today. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you boast about you belongs to a party and that party is your party, you tell me why tonight that Salazar Trace is in the condition that it is in tonight. We have walked the length and breadth of your community. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, neglect spell all over this community, and yet there are a collective few who benefit from the arms of the councillor and the arms of the MP who you cannot see, and therefore they will come to your homes and they will solicit and try to encourage you to vote again for a party who did not show any care whatsoever for you, the people in Salazar Trace. Under the pandemic, while you were suffering, I want you to ask those individuals who come into your homes and telling you to vote for Arlene Ramdale, where were these individuals? These individuals were provided for you when you were in that condition. We came down here under the Emancipation Day celebration, and we have seen youths of all age, of every creed and background. We have seen youths, ladies and gentlemen, in this community. And I want to ask you, the people, the parents of these youths, are you satisfied that their representatives are providing opportunities so that your youth will have a future? I want to ask you, are you satisfied with the level of representation that you have had over the years? You, ladies and gentlemen, you have contributed to the problems in Salazar Trace. Because if you stood up at a time when you know for a fact that your representatives were not representing you, and when election comes, you go to the poll and vote them out, the next representative that come would have had to deliver in order to remain in office. But what you people do, you allow all these individuals to have a free pass. They perform in nowhere whatsoever, but yet to the end of the day, you support and you vote for no productivity in your community. And that is why your roads are in the condition that it is today. But you must stand strong and you must stand tall. I tell Chanel, who is my daughter, that I am going to campaign with you on one occasion. And if Chanel have to come back and ask you to give her a chance, it shows that Chanel failed. When you elect a representative, their works must speak for their vote. Their delivery is what you must vote for. And when you keep voting for no delivery, and when you keep voting because you believe that that is your party, this would always be the end result. All these young people in Salazar Trace should have been exercising, playing. I know Mora. When I was the goalkeeper for Fortin Civic Center, I am telling you, Mora produced some very talented footballers. But today, we have walked in the back, and where, a matter of fact, there are some places on that savannah that cow refuse to go. And this is what Chanel is promising, that upon entering office, she will make the necessary recommendation to have your Salazar Trace football ground fenced and properly well turfed, that the skill of the youth in Salazar Trace can be marketed on the international community. You cannot settle for less. We have resources in this country, a matter of fact, in the southwestern peninsula. And if we have all these resources, you tell me why the roads in Salazar Trace are in the condition that we now see today. You know why it is so? Because you haven't got proper representatives to bring good representation. Chanel is saying to you that you have the opportunity, and the opportunity that you will have, it comes once every, well, no, it will be once every 4 years and once every 5 years. And for those of you who believe that not voting is an option, this is the time that you have either to vote in agreement with what you have gathered for the past 4 and 8 years, or this is the time you will go to the polls and vote against what you have received, which is nothing for the past 4 years under
Arlene Ramdeo. You, the people of Salazar Trace, you must realize your value. You must realize that you have a say in the affairs of this country. Chanel Roberts is also proposing to set up a community-based group that she will work with in order to look over the affairs of your district. You are the ones that must make the recommendation for what you need in Salazar Trace, and Chanel's job is to go find it. That is her job. And this group, ladies and gentlemen, that Chanel would be working with, let me put the PNM party group on notice. It would not be your group. It must be a group of independent individuals who has the interests of Salazar Trace, the residents, the youths at heart, and that is the group that Chanel will work with to ensure that your needs are being met. We have suffered for too long in this Southwest Peninsula. I live in Palo Seco, again under a PNM councillor, and today we still buy water at $250 for a 400-gallon tank. We still buy water, and who is to blame? We have to blame Palo Seco, because Palo Seco behave just as Salazar Trace. Every duck, fowl, chicken they put up in Palo Seco, we vote for that. And when we vote for every duck and chicken, then you must know that all you will receive is feathers, nothing else. And that is what happens to Erin, which you forms a part of, and that is what is going on in Palo Seco. I want to talk to the elderly, and I want to talk to the elderly with love. I want to tell the elderly that you must have love for your children. I want to tell the elderly that you must stand up for your children. I want to tell the elderly that you must defend the rights of your children. And when you see a prime minister who will minimize gate opportunities, who will close down NESC, who will close down the drilling academy, who closed down the aviation school, who left several schools abandoned, who stopped a laptop program, who stopped a book grant, and last but not least, who stopped the employment sector within our Point Santa Flora Faizabad district. You must stand in defense of your children. My parents would tell me, Victor, what we have is political power. And Victor, we must support the PNM and keep the PNM in power. That is what my mother, who is still alive, and my deceased father would have told us over the years. But when my eyes were open, and I asked myself, if we have this political power, where is our supermarket? When I realized that they are saying to us that we have political power, I asked myself, where is the African man drugstore? Where is the African man contract, where he have a few excavator, a road paving machine? I asked myself, where is the African man, while we boast that we have African power, where is the African man land in this society? So I realize that what they are saying to us, that we have African and we have political power, I realize that is what will always keep you and I, the African people, in PNM bondage. Because if the PNM had cared about us who support them for years, I am telling you in Salazar Trace that your standard of living would have been better. I am telling you that your children would have had opportunities in Salazar Trace. But today, we have seen the same PNM under Rowley destroy the future of every generation going forward in this country if we doesn't take the prerogative to move them out of power. When we would have believed that Keith Rowley, who tell us that Petrochin would not be closed, and when he closed it, he said to us that he's bringing heritage, and that company will be the cushion to you and I in this part of the country. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you try and go and get a job in the same heritage that Rowley tell you will cushion you and will take up the slack when he closed Petrotrin. You go and see what Rowley did. He tell the youths, we going to legalize marijuana. What Rowley did is tell the youths, 3 trees, 30 grams, that is yours. But what Rowley did not tell the youth is that under the reform to that same piece of legislation, it will be the big conglomerates who will have the license to sell marijuana and to possess. It would not be the same youth that he tell, go ahead with 30 grams and 3 trees. That is the evil. When you believe that marijuana would have been an industry so that we can package, and the man who planted in the mountain and the man who rolling would have had a market on the international and the local and the regional front, you realize what Rowley had done to our youths was to send them in a direction, and to the end of the day, when that license start to give out, you will realize it is not the 3%, it is not the 4%, it is not even the 5% will get that license, but it will go right back to the 1%. That is what we are faced with. You, the people of this community, you must realize and recognize your enemy. You must realize from 1956, you have support your own enemy. We who boast about this political power that we had, we supposed to be bouncing shoulders with Junior Sammy, bouncing shoulders with Namalco, bouncing shoulders with Colsa and all the big contractors. But instead, you know what we bounced? We bounced a shovel, a spade, and a fork. That is what we bounced. There is no opportunity for the poor to get rich. Rowley tell you that his policy is to make the rich get richer so that you could get the scrums. I want to ask you in Salazar Trace, if going forward in 2023, if you will vote for the rich getting richer and you getting the scrums. Chanel Roberts just said to you that she intends to bring registration forms from the regional corporation and help you to be registered. You, the young people, help you to be registered as small contractors. So any box drain have to build in Salazar Trace, any road have to fix in Salazar Trace, you would be able to be #1 competitor amongst yourself, where the revenue would remain in your community, where everybody would benefit. That is where we must go. We must no longer live in Salazar Trace and see a contractor from Digo Martin come in to build a box drain here, and all you could get out of that is a day work. And when they're done, they pack the 300,000 or 400,000 and go back Digo Martin and leave you here with a day work. That will stop under Chanel Roberts. You must be a participant in whatever employment come here. And when it come here, we don't care who is PNM, we don't care who is UNC, we don't care, as long as everybody benefit. That is the mission going forward. Salazar Trace, I have so much that I could give you, that I could keep you here with facts until tomorrow morning. But to the end of the day, I think what I have said to you tonight will encourage you to think and will help you to understand that you worth more than what you is getting. That your vote must work for you. Anytime you are voting and your vote cannot produce wealth in your hands, then you need to recheck and vote wisely, so that to the end of it all, your community would benefit. So tonight, I am calling on every youth who is over the age of 18. Do not listen to anyone. I am calling on you to examine what I said here tonight. And if what I said here tonight is not truth, then go and vote for the PNM. But if what I said tonight is truth, and you know it's truth, then I am asking you, the young people, I am asking your brother, I am asking your sister, I am asking your mother, I am asking your father, I am asking your grandparents to come out on the 14th, right up the hill, and vote for Chanel Roberts, this young lady who would make a difference in your community, so you can experience what true and proper representation is all about. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard speakers tonight. I once again present to you Ms. Chanel Roberts, your candidate, and hopefully soon to be your counselor. So Chanel is here with you, for you. I want to thank you all for coming out here tonight. Please reach home safely, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Down ngishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana